Greetings, Commanders!
Welcome to Kerrash Landing. Yes, you have not stepped into a TARDIS or boosted your DeLorean past 88 miles an hour. It is a Thursday, not a Friday. But of course, that is because it's Lavecon this weekend!
Yay!
Lavecon! And to help you celebrate, of course, we have my good friends here. We have Commander Smintili and Commander Abacus. How are you doing, folks?
Perfect. Fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Very well.
So, yes, my friends here, I've come all the way over from Deutschland to just experience Lavecon, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great. So lovely to see you all in chat. Let's see all the familiar names in the chat there. Lovely to see you all. Stephen Nash, what's that? The X56 and obligatory high-powered USB 3 ready and packed for me. Excellent. Yes. So Stephen Nash is going to bring the X56 for us to have a play at Lavecon. So,
great.
yes.
Thanks.
I want to see that.
I want to test it.
That's the new one, right?
Yes. It's very, very nice looking as well.
Yeah.
Very, very nice looking. So I want to give that a try. But yes, lovely to see you, folks. Thank you for tuning in on Thursday. I know it's a Thursday night, so we're going to get straight into it. We're going to have a little bit of a flick through some things that I've got to some spoilers ready for Lavecon.
Spoiler alert!
What's that say there? Let me make that a little larger.
Hey,
a friend of yours from the.
Hello, Nomi.
Hey.
Greetings to the UGC and to EliteDangerous.de.
UGC, look at yes, flying the flag. I like it. Snows, nice to see you. Important question: how's Jake's training coming on? Jake is doing really well, actually. He's getting much better. So thank you for the tips on the advice on that. Yes, so let's just jump straight in. I've been doing a little bit. You've been so busy with the Dangerous Games. You've not had a chance to do anything. Engineers. I know we've done a little. We've done a little work with the engineers.
I've been away from it a little bit, and then I just returned last week and started unlocking the final missing one. That this rider was the one that was missing.
Yes, I mean
it's so tough to do some of these things for them.
Yeah, some of them are quite difficult. I mean, I've managed to unlock 5 of them to grade 2 on each. There's someone on the forums on this fantastic walkthrough actually of all 15 engineers already.
Really?
They figured out the most optimal way of doing it. So it just
I
proves,
need that.
Yeah. I think I need to read that as well. Get some tips.
I have not a single one yet. It's just no time.
But of course, nothing to do in the game, is there? Of course not.
Yeah. Dangerous games.
But of course,
have to be done.
Yes, Dangerous Games, and that's coming along really well. Actually, it's just it's really nice to say, as I said in the car, that it just the community coming together and working towards a goal. It's fantastic to see that that's the sort of things that Frontier were trying to tell us all along that we can do to enjoy the game is to work together as a large group to achieve a goal. And I think it's wonderful to see that. The sound off. If the sound is a little off, we can adjust that. When I say, what's that?
Hello, Blakey.
I was not kidding. I am.
Hey.
Wave to Alvin. Greetings,
Hey,
Alvin. Hello. Yeah. Oh, yes. No problem, Snoz. If you have to go, that's. Everyone wave to Alvin. Yay.
Before we get too involved, don't forget our drinking word.
Drinking
today.
word, yes. Yeah. Drinking word. Anyone says Lavecon, we must drink.
Lavecon!
Prost.
Absolutely. Just Snoz. Oh yes, Snoz. You're heading out tomorrow. So we're arriving first thing Saturday. So I know a bunch of people are driving up on Friday evening, I think. So but we're going to be arriving very first thing Saturday. It's going to be very early. But we promise you that, which is why we're doing Kerrash Landing today instead of tomorrow. So. Lavecon, yes, Simmer. You made me say. Simmer just made me say Lavecon. There you go.
Lavecon.
Nice
Busted
one.
already. It's going to be. Going to get very drunk very quickly, I think. Yes. So
we?
yes.
Let's just
so
jump
we
in.
have a few teasers. Like I said, some things happening at Lavecon. So some things that Abacus is bringing. A little tease for this. You'll see more of this on Saturday. Spoilers.
More to come.
Yeah. Thank you, Corslow. Thank you for the host there. Thank you. Stephen, you should arrive tomorrow lunchtime. Oh, excellent. Yes, it's unfortunate. I would love to have been there a day early, but Plipe. Oh, you've got it fixed. You've got the same fixed. So yes, engineers. So we were doing a little bit of work on this. We found Which one was
the
it?
one we were doing together. That was Liz Ryder.
Liz Ryder, yes.
Yes,
That's,
the Mafia and
the Mafia, helping the
doing
Mafia thing. So there's different unlock tiers. This one we had to work with the Euribia Blue Mafia. See, I barely drank at all. It's gone. It's gone.
You need more training.
yes.
Well, you need
Plenty
to
of practice
more,
this week.
perhaps.
Yes, yeah. We'll go past the curve and we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So yeah, so we were doing some missions to get to a friendly status with them, and then you get the missions to unlock that engineer. So there's lots of kind of like tie-ins to all the missions and stuff like that, which we.
Okay.
But I must say, I did the unlock mission. It's a bit anticlimactic because you just get the mission to fly to a certain station and hand in basically just say that you've been there and delivered the message that you have a good standing with them, and then okay, you can have access to the station now.
Yeah, there you go. I can imagine that that there could be more possibilities for things later on, but yeah, it did seem a bit.
It would have been cool if there would actually be like something to prove that you're worthy of this engineer instead of just doing the normal missions.
Yeah.
But
But
it's cool nonetheless.
Yeah. It's nice. There's different variation, and I think like Todd the Blaster, he wants the combat bounties and things like that. So to prove that you're good with combat, So there's some nice unlocks to it. I think it works really well. What's that? Juniper, only grade 2, you're not doing much work. I know, it's so busy. There's so much to do and not enough time to do it all. Time of Chaos Raid, thank you for the raid, thank you. Lovely to see you there, thank you. We are doing well, we're doing well. We are gearing up for Lavecon. So excited.
You said Lavecon.
I did it again.
Cheers.
Everybody drink. That beer and kebab is here. We're watching and eating stuff. Yes, if in case you missed it, that what I just said then, that is the drinking word. So that's where we are tonight. So I have one mission I need to finish off. If I don't do this tonight, I'm going to completely forget, and it'll be toast after Lavecon. So I'm gonna head out here now. I've just been working on my Imperial rank because I know King Abacus is rank. He outranks me.
I won't even mention what I'm doing. So
he will be forever the Lord Ambassador.
I gotta have one. So I think
You have two.
Yes,
you have two elite ranks. I have only one.
That's okay.
That's okay. So I'm lagging behind.
There's plenty of time.
Of course.
Tomica, you're not. Oh, it's unfortunate you're not going to be there this year. Oh, it'd been nice to have seen you. Did I say it again, Shannon's Geek? I'm not going to say it again, Shannon's Geek. No, nearly.
Nice try.
Nearly. Question from Simmer. Any advice on the current mission system? I'm working for a faction in the system, and they don't seem to hand out much missions. Is this normal, or are you playing the mission system wrong? I've seen it quite a bit over the last few days. Working for the Mafia and kind of trying to get my rank up. That you tend to, if you keep going back to the same stations, the kind of the missions will dry up, but I think they eventually refresh. I think. Did I say it again, Shannon's Geek? Okay, Shannon's Geek thinks I said Lavecon, so let's
okay.
Everybody drink.
Lavecon.
There we go. But I think what I found was quite enjoyable was instead of focusing on one faction, which you could do, you could sit there and keep going back to that station, keep doing those missions, working your reputation on that faction. But I did find that they start to, unfortunately, that's my phone. Go away, phone. But they did start to phase out was the trouble. So I kind of found that going from place to place worked a lot better for me. Kind of, just doing a bunch of missions for here, going to the nearest station over, handing in some missions, and then finding one for the same superpower. So for the Imperial rank sort of thing. It's just kind of hopping from station to station. It's the Lavecon hotline. Oh no!
You fell for it.
Thanks, Simmer. Everybody drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bleep it, yes. As Mrs. K calling saying, shut up, with the broom on the ceiling, shut up out there. Out of the man cave. But I quite like the, I'm not sure how much of this you've seen with the, when you're exploring in the systems, you go to the nav beacon to find out where the more likely area for the things you're looking for when you're, so the mission I have at the moment, finding the experimental chemicals, if you go to the system and there's a nav beacon, and you drop out to the nav beacon, you scan it for a few seconds,
Okay.
and then it will give you some extra information in the panel there. Say it's near body A4 or something like that. So you know, it's
nice.
I find that
so an update for
yeah.
the mission. Great.
Yeah, and I think that's just really cool. I think
That's cool.
it makes it really interesting.
Update is an interesting thing. When we were doing the mission together, I did get the goal succeeded for the mission,
for
but
the
I
power
didn't.
generator.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I had the same problem when I was doing it on my own. When you destroy the power generator, you don't get any
Kind of notification.
yes, you don't get any notification
Yeah.
that you've done it. That's
So Juniper is saying Abacus Crash needs an eye tracker. I've got the head tracker.
He has a head tracker, but Juniper has started a thread on our forum with the Toby iX, which seems to work pretty well.
Yeah.
I think Plebje, you have got this last year at Gamescom and said this is great. So the first ones in the German forum are testing it now.
Excellent.
And it seems to be a great alternative to a head tracker.
It is, yeah. I saw it working at the Gamescom, I think, when Felipe was playing. But it's, I think for me it would be very difficult. Like this all the time. Like, I think everyone watching the stream would get ill.
With two screens.
Yeah, but I think definitely for I mean, like with the head tracker as well. I don't use the head tracker when I'm streaming because it's kind of like
You
but-
have one, Plebje
Yes.
says.
Yes. I've got it.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So just no time to test it.
Yes. Speaking. Slow down. Any more questions there?
A schedule for the event.
It's scheduled
Yes,
for events.
the-
Nearly. Good one, Terminus. Nearly, guys. Want to visit, but your time is limited. Yes, there is a schedule. If you go to laveradio.com, you can find all of the information about what's going on over the weekend. There is quite a detailed schedule of everything that's happening. I think there are drop-in tickets for Saturday still. If you can make it, that'd be great. Definitely pop in and say hi to us. It'd be good to see everyone. Very close to getting us to say the word then. Very close. Good effort. Grins. He's
Nearly.
we're watching.
so close. So let's drop into this nav beacon then, and hopefully should give me a little bit of an update on it. But I love the way that works now, so because the nav beacons, they just felt like there was no purpose to them. It's just kind of, they were there. They were little zones. My phone is going again. I think we should take a short intermission. Bear with us. Hello, we're back. Sorry about that. It's all go. It's all go. It is just been a busy day, busy couple of days, I think, hasn't it? Yeah, no, it's been never mind.
But we've arrived nonetheless.
Why? What's this? Why does Crash have a landline? Why do I have a landline? It's the Raven phone. You see. But here we go. Yeah, so here we go. So here we get the update. So scan the navigation beacon. You get the little update on here. So it says it's most likely to find what I'm looking for around body A2
Excellent.
in the
That's
system.
great.
Good.
And I think it's such a simple little thing, but it's really had added to the depth. And there's a reason to go to the nav beacons now. It just makes them a much more interesting place to go. And it's pretty cool when you go into some systems and it's a compromised nav beacon. You're like, you want the information, but at the same time, like, do I risk going in there if you're not equipped to deal with a compromised nav beacon? You've not seen those yet either?
Not yet.
What?
No, I'm sorry.
But they've been in the game longer than the dangerous games are on.
Yes, but before we had a little war with our neighbors.
Yes, I do recall
Different
that.
account, just going with a different account.
Yeah, I need a second one. You are right.
So, please say insert dodgy elevator music. It was a short intermission. It's a short intermission. I do need to get Ed's music off him actually that he uses for the biscuit streams. So
That was fun.
So yes, I do like the salvage missions. The problem is that they do tend to be materials that might not necessarily be legal in a certain jurisdictions. Yeah, but they are good. They're usually worth quite a bit of money. They're fun to do.
I have the feeling they're most of the time like that you very often find missions, but they pay really well. That was something.
Yeah.
That was something that really surprised me when we started doing this for the Mafia. That these missions we did, I think they were always around 1 million credits just for destroying the generator.
Yeah,
It's really
crazy good. Yeah.
I finally get the sense that it's a good way to earn money to just do the missions.
Yes, absolutely. I've just going back and trying to work on my reputation and the faction influence and things like that. I've just found that it's like the missions are really fun. It's like I've not done them in so long because I've been focusing on all the other areas of the game. It's like, yeah, they are actually really good now. You know, it's quite a few variations on there, and I think, you know, we tried a few together. We destroyed the generator on some of the lower security ones, and then you go to the high security ones.
They got me.
Yeah, they get really difficult. But I think that's the point where you start looking into maybe working as a group then would be a good idea.
Yeah. But that can be treacherous. I remember when I was doing an exploration trip with Forvulonkin, we found our station, by the way.
Right. I remember. Yes.
Then we just thought, okay, let's try and take this outpost, and it was a high security outpost. And I went in with the Mark IV Cobra, which was decently fitted, and he was in an Anaconda, and we got close and opened fire, and there were like 30 turrets, and I think it took about 15 seconds, and I was dead. I couldn't get away, and luckily he was far away enough to get out.
So now you have these significant markers on here, so you can see straight away that this is what you're.
I like this.
So before it was an unknown, and then you approached it, and then it changed. I've just missed.
It appears in blue if it's one for a mission that you're working on as well.
Okay.
But
I like that the info tab just.
Yeah, as David was saying, you target it and it starts to give you more information, so you can see there's zero threat there, what type of area it is, which is really fantastic.
And I think it's great that the info tab now shows you that you have an undiscovered and a signal source nearby.
Yeah, it starts to you see like another signal source appeared, so you can see them start to materialize as you're moving. And I'm lazy. I have limpets.
You're prepared. Excellent.
It's only because I wasn't using it to begin with, but I found that doing some of the missions where you're salvaging things, occasionally this happens, and I think I only need one.
Yes.
I think. Whoop. Yep. So.
Did you get the one?
I've got the one I want. Yes, I got the one I want. Jab, boost. Should high wake away, but I haven't got any. Yes, that's exactly why I fitted. That's why I fitted the Olympic controller, because if you go in, you can. This guy. Yeah, he's gonna get me. He's gonna get me. Yes. So there's been an update to the mission. I can't show you at the moment. So because I've collected the chemicals that I was looking for, this bounty hunter has been sent out to retrieve them. So
he was quick to find you.
He was, yes. I think he must have been lying in wait. No.
That's not good.
Okay, it's time to... Anywhere. Yes, anywhere will do. No, not there!
Nearly anywhere.
Anywhere but there. No. Right. Deadly Anaconda. I don't fancy my chances with the Deadly Anaconda. I mean...
No.
Let's see what... Chaff, come on. Evasive maneuvers.
Perhaps put another pip in the engine there. Don't need the weapons anyway.
Boost away. Was he 2.1 kilometers away? I just need to get it with weapons range.
You're almost there.
Almost frame shift.
Jump.
And now you're in the safe spot.
There we go. Cool. Facing maneuvers. 4 power to engines. Stay out of his range.
Well done. Should we?
Get out of the way. Someone say?
No, you can't say.
What's that? Arathon saying, I feel a good Lavecon coming on. Everybody drink!
That wasn't forced at all.
It's a smooth segue. I probably could kill him, Arathon, but it's I'm just too efficient.
Of course he could.
Like, yeah,
I'm sure.
No. But no, I mean, I do like the scale of the new AI, the ranks on the player ships. I think the NPC ships. I think with like the lower ships, definitely they're a lot easier to kill now. Absolutely. And I think as long as you stick to the safe areas, there's definitely a curve in the difficulty, which you can see. Like we were talking about this, I think the high security and low security systems. There is definitely more of a spread now. You do see the difference, like in the high security systems, where you'll see like a police response fairly quickly. It's not quick enough to save you from a player. I think if a player interdicts you, it's like you're screwed unless you can unless you're good at PvP. But I think for the NPCs, it definitely you get enough of a response now in the high security areas to save you from those situations if you're not prepared for it. What was another question for you there, Abacus?
Sorry. I'm sorry to say this is not the Wapia dark beer, but strawberry lime premium cider.
See, this is a commodity, isn't it? The game needs
Definitely, we need more.
Yeah.
But I will remember Ed and Zach tomorrow that we need our beer on the commodities market.
Absolutely.
We are ready to share it with the galaxy.
Yes, absolutely. Shan is triple elite. Yes, Kerrash has had a haircut. I'm all clean shaven, mostly. Mostly shaven. That's the new rank.
From unshaven to mostly
Need a Lavecon brandy on the
got you.
No, I see Shan's point though, Plive. Yeah, definitely I like the variation of the ships. I see there is definitely, I think, I tend to see more of the ships in like Fer-de-Lance and things like that, which are like elite ranked. I think for the smaller ships, I tend to see them like, in the mostly harmless range, things like Sidewinders and stuff. But I have seen a couple of bigger ships with the low rankings on, which just don't seem to make sense, or a couple of smaller ships with elite ranked pirates in, which is like, well, it's. I think it makes sense in the game world. It doesn't make sense from a player point of view. I mean, anyone who's into like PvP would want the best ship. They want a big, powerful ship. That's the way it goes. I think from the game point of view, I think it's nice to see that there's a variation, because you can imagine that someone is so sure of themselves as an elite pilot that it's like, I can take anyone with an eagle.
I actually did see some pilots. I think one or two. It wasn't that many, to be honest, but I did see some pilots who pulled off some really nice things in small ships and getting decent kills in PvP, like in community goals where you have to go to a conflict zone.
Conflict zones.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they were doing. I mean, you always get these guys with the further lens who do the boost away from you and try to pull you out of the fight and do the what was it? Heat sinks and using silent running all the time. That's the one I encountered the most so far. But I think it was an Imperial Eagle that was he was using the ship pretty well because it's pretty quick and can outmaneuver most of the bigger ships. So that was not bad.
Yeah. I think it's nice to see that variation of like skills and in different roles. I think it's really good. Juniper said, "Can't wait for passenger missions." I know.
Hey!
I've completed 2 passenger missions already this week. But yeah, no, they look really
Well,
cool.
waiting to
actually.
found your own Starline, right?
Yes. The Orca is awesome. Yeah,
The time to put them to use.
Absolutely, they do. They're such awesome-looking ships, and they've got some fantastic details. Like, have you heard like the passenger warning sounds when you do actions?
Please fasten your seatbelts or something like that. I actually have one of my regular viewers. He's very eager for those because he has an Orca and it's completely outfitted for wide jump ranges and so on. And he's very eager to get on these passenger missions because he just has it lying around. And I must say, he's a bit of a joker. He's always teasing other PvP players because he's got a Sidewinder that's completely outfitted with the best you can fit into a Sidewinder. Then he gets interdicted by Cobras and gets away from those and even destroys them some of the time. It's just nice to see people do that.
Yeah, it's just to prove that with the right equipment and ability and know-how, you can actually do quite well in a different situation. I mean, I've been having massive fun. I've gone back to the Python over some of the other ships like the Anaconda. And I just find that this is a fantastic multi-role ship. It's probably the largest ship you can fit on a medium pad. So for doing missions, particularly like this, going to the outposts and delivering materials and things like that, fantastic multi-role ship. You can do just about anything you want to do with the Python, and I've had great fun with it. And now with the engineers, all the additional things you can do to customize it to make it more specific to whatever role you want as well. I think that's fantastic.
Really looking forward to that because I think I don't have the funds to test out various ships. I've just been progressing from one ship to the next in a very natural, or what feels natural for me, in a very natural level. And I had great luck that they had the Clipper once without the ranking. That you didn't need the rank to get the Imperial Clipper.
Oh yes.
I just thought, okay, I want that ship, and I've been happy with it ever since. But I would really like to give the other ones a try, and I can't find the time to actually get so much money in the game. But don't forget, there's nothing to do.
Of course.
I have so much nothing to do that I don't get the money.
Yes, I've spent 10 weeks doing nothing, and I've still got so much nothing to do. I just don't know where to start first.
How did this happen?
That's crazy.
Pure accident.
Do some Sothis. Yeah, Sothis is still is good again now with the doing the smuggling runs into Sothis.
I always hear this with the smuggling. I have to give that a try. Did you hand in the mission, by the way?
Yes. I've just handed in all the chemicals, and I found that they do take addition. If you collect additional cargo, they take them now as well. So you're not left with cargo which was used like black boxes and things if you collect too many. So they've given me the reward, and this is some of the new. Some of these new elements which are given a CM composite, which is one of the engineers' special materials they use. You can only get it from completing missions. You can't buy it from places. The trouble is, and this is what's caused a lot of problems. People have been complaining about things being too hard, I think, with engineers. Once you've got those materials, you've got nowhere to store them. So if you need lots of them to work with the engineers, it's a bit difficult. Layer that on top of the fact that if you're carrying those commodities, they're quite valuable sought-after commodities. Hence, more pirates will attack you. So you will get interdicted more frequently. You will have more trouble if you're carrying a lot of this cargo around. So you put those two things together, and it does make it quite difficult. Can you buy them, Shianiski? I know some of them are you cannot purchase them. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell these because I don't want to get interdicted. But it gets tricky.
That's actually one thing I've been hearing a lot from the very start, from back in the premium beta days, that people want to be able to store things at the station,
Yes.
just like you have in the other game.
Yeah, and I think with engineers coming, a lot of people have asked for that again, saying that it makes so much more sense now that you want to be able to gather everything you need, you know, hoard it up, collect it all, and then start using it.
Or store engineered components, modules.
Yes, just to collect these various
For
things.
later.
It would even be helpful if you don't want to have a cargo space on the stations themselves, that you could just leave the stuff in the ship and then be able to change the ship, that you have like one ship that you just have there for
just storage and moving your equipment, things like because I think with the particularly with the smaller ships, we have another commander. We have two new commanders that have just
interdiction.
Yes, interdicted. Come on.
not biting.
Hello.
Come. Commander Tox.
Come.
Where's
Here's little rocket.
Little
Hello.
Rocket? Commander Little Rocket.
Hello.
Yay!
The bridge of my Python is now created. Absolutely created.
Multi-crew.
Multi-crew,
Multi-crew.
yes! Multi-crew for the win. 2.3. It's out. But what's this? Have a look on there. Shan's credit balance is crazy. 4 billion.
Congratulations.
5.8 in assets. See, look, it's at that point that you don't worry about anything
Yeah.
anymore. You know, so,
Far away from it.
say bye to everyone.
Bye!
What's that? The crash can almost at 100%. Yes, Mrs. K is about as well. Stupid AI don't know that they're stupid. Well, that is. they run into things. Yeah.
I find it very interesting what you said earlier, that you actually get a feeling of the ranks the AI ships now have, because to me it seemed like the rank only says, or only gives the higher the rank, the better the equipment the enemy ships will have.
Yeah.
For the AI, that was mostly how it felt to me.
Yeah. And now it's.
And there was no difference in the skill set they were using.
Yes, yeah, and I think now definitely when you see you get some of the maneuvers that they're using, and you see the higher ranked ships sort of thrusting around you and staying out of your line of sight. I think it works really well. I mean, I love the way that they, if you get their shields down, you can see them react to a human would, where they'll start to try and stay out of your line of sight, get further away from you, boost away. One of the things I find quite funny, actually, you still to this day see people posting on the forum saying the AI are cheating, they've got infinite shield cell boosters. No, they don't. I've spoke to the person who wrote that code, I've seen the debug output. They don't. They do not cheat. And I've seen it in action. I think I was fighting a deadly Fer-de-Lance. And it used a few shield cells, and I was getting it right down, and it used it again, and it getting it right down like that. Eventually managed to get through, and it stopped using shield cells. And I managed to get the shields down, got it to 30%, and then it was trying to boost away. And it eventually got away with about 30% hull, I think I got it down to, and it managed to high wake away. But I was in the Python, so I had the wake scanner, so I could find it where it was. And I think that's the great thing about 2.1 is it's made all of these systems and things that were kind of spread out and no real connections. It's made them now just really cool. They make sense. The scanning wakes, it has a purpose. It's really useful now. And definitely, I think you get things like again, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but you get things like these wake echoes and things like from things. So it not only do you get the information from it, but you also get these bonuses for doing that kind of thing. And I think that's the focus that a lot of people. That's the thing I think a lot of people have been doing wrong with engineers, is they've been focusing on the engineers as a goal rather than just part of the journey. And I think that's the best way to do it. And the reason why a lot of people have done that is like you and I. We've done lots of other things in the game. We're approaching it from the point of view that we've done all of these other things. We want to just see the new things in 2.1. Yes. So we're kind of approaching the engineers and just hammering away at that particular aspect.
We were talking about that when we started that. You said that that for someone who enters the game, who just buys the game right now and enters with the new content, which it won't stand out to him as much as it does to us, because we have seen everything else so far, or most of it.
Yeah.
And of course, then I think you mentioned that on the forums they're going on about that, because they're complaining. Oh, you have to gather all that stuff to do this for the engineers, and someone who's just starting with the game will just accumulate these things naturally as they progress through the game, and then it won't be as much of a problem to him, of course, or her.
Storage will be the same problem, of course. Storage for the materials.
Yes, of course. When you just start anew, then you don't have that much of a problem with that, because
But okay, your enemies are not that high at the beginning. From the rank. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
too.
And I think it's if you look at it from that point of view, from a balance point of view, it makes more sense for new players starting. But for a lot of us who've been playing it from the very beginning, it just seems frustrating, because we're playing it in a different way. It's not the same sort of game.
It actually, you hear the sentence a lot, but it would be kind of nice to just see this game again with fresh eyes. With fresh eyes, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a problem that a lot of us look at it, and I mean, I fell to it as well. I mean, I just kind of first couple of weeks playing it, I was like, I just couldn't understand all of the new mechanics, and again, I was focusing on too much on getting the engineers and must do this, must do that, and then I realised that no, I'm doing it wrong. I should just enjoy what I'm doing, go out and do missions and things like that. And in doing that, I've gathered so many materials that I wasn't even, before, like chemical processors. I spent an hour, I think, trying to find one, and just got frustrated, thinking this is impossible. I'm never going to be able to find one. Now I've got 4, and I just wasn't trying. It just came naturally. I think that's the best way to do it. Oh, I think we've missed some questions on that. Oh, Sentinel was responding. Sorry if I interdicted that question. Sorry about that. Arathon can confirm AI NPCs do not cheat heat. Shoot one with thermal shock and their heat vents open. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I've spoken to the people that work on the AI, and yes, they do not cheat with things like that. They do have damage to heat just like the rest of us. They do suffer the same problems. What's that?
We play for fun. That's so true.
Yes.
New players, yeah, Shannon is saying new players won't want to do engineers. They change the modules and ships too often. Yeah, exactly. It's a different mindset. It's a different way of playing it. Like you wouldn't.
But even so, they still probably will accumulate some of the things, and then when they finally get around to when they've made enough progress, they will have a certain amount of this stuff readily available for them. So they.
Yeah. And I think that's the key thing. It was quite funny that it was yttrium was everyone wanted some yttrium because it was one of the unlocks for an engineer, and everyone was talking over. It's like, oh, we can't find it. It's really hard to find it. I've already gathered 10 units of yttrium because I just gathered it along the way. So it's like, if you've already obtained it through doing other things, it doesn't feel like a problem. You know what I mean? I think that's what people are missing when they're focusing on this one thing to get this one particular goal, and it's like, well,
yeah, because you don't pay attention as much when you do something else, and you find this really rare element or whatever you're looking for, and you're not actively looking for it, and then you won't pay as much attention. And
exactly, it's almost like there's a term, a confirmation bias.
Yes.
And
when
like
you
you
try to
remember the
force
good
it,
things, but you don't remember all of the pain.
There's one group that is really hit by the engineers, and these are the PvP commanders, because when they want to play on the same level as others that have the modules modified, they have to do the same. And they are complaining a lot about it because they want to do PvP. But to do it on the same level as others, they have
to put some effort into it.
And
they're not willing to do that.
Yeah, and
they have the same problem as a lot of others. Some don't have so much time to play, and then they want to do the one thing. In this case, mostly only doing PvP, and the rest just when they must. So they have a problem with it when they
Yeah.
have just a few hours. They know they will lag behind further and further when they don't do it. So I understand the complaint from this group
Yeah.
to a
yeah.
certain level.
And I think that's the trouble with a lot of games, really, isn't it? You're going to see that in everything. I mean, like the Battlefield games and things like that. The people which can sit there and literally play it for hours and hours and hours, and then they're going to unlock all the best gear. They're going to rank up through all of the systems and get all of the unlocks and things like that. And you know, it's a problem anywhere. And I don't know how it can be solved in setting a challenge for someone to achieve, but also making it accessible for someone who hasn't got the time to spend working on that. I don't know how you would ever balance that out. It's
You can only balance it out like the CQC Arena, for
Yes.
example.
yes.
There you have pre-built sets that are balanced, and then it's not about something you have to unlock, but it's only about the skills.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at the games, what you mentioned, Battlefield and so on, these games don't put much effort into balancing that out. People who play much have better equipment available, so it's just like the developers rewarding the people who invest that much time into it, and I don't think there's that much of a need. I can understand the complaint, of course, but you want to reward the people who put much effort into the game.
Yeah.
I think.
These are the both sides.
It's trying to.
There should be a reward for the people who put the effort into it to unlock the new things. But on the other side, when people want to play on the same level as others,
Well, then
well,
I don't want to be rude or anything, but then perhaps they should look at other things they can do to get fun out of the game. If they don't have the time, I mean, I can understand that it's a problem, but there's so many ways to experience the game. So
This is what we were saying earlier on, wasn't it? That there are so many different aspects to the game, and Frontier are trying to bring them all up at the same time. There's always going to be some which appear to lag behind, and I think it's based on demand, isn't it? If this is your focus, if this is what you enjoy, like PvP, this is the thing you want to have 100% focus on in the game. You want more of it. Every update, constantly improving. But Frontier just can't do that. They can't focus on one area of the game and just keep working on it. They have to keep bringing everything up, trying to keep it in the same level of completion, and it's very, very difficult.
like we talked about earlier, that
Yes.
everyone wants their special,
Their particular
Their
niche,
favorite.
yes,
Yeah.
their particular niche one.
Yeah.
They want to have Frontier focus on that all the time. Every update has to bring something new too, whatever, if
That
it is
they
PvP
enjoy,
or
yeah.
exploration, but not the others.
Yeah. So I've got that up on the screen for you there, Arathon. I've got a bit of an unorthodox loadout. I've just kind of thrown all sorts of random things. Like I said, the Python's great because I've been just doing all sorts of random missions and things like that, so it's kind of multi-role. I've done a couple of assassination missions. So I've got some pretty hefty gimbaled beam lasers on, gimbaled multi-cannon for doing that. Dumbfire missile rack because they're kind of handy when you're swooping in on the surface bases and you want to take a few of the defences because the Seekers are great for taking out ships, but when you're going for the ground targets, Seekers are a bit of a pain because you have to get a lock on things. But if you swoop in with the dumbfire missiles, you can line up the shot, fire them off and arc away, which is quite good. And again, I've got the chaff wake scanner and the Collector Olympic controller. As you saw, a great demonstration early on of the fact that you get interdicted. Millstone Bar wants to pirate 5 of my yttrium. If I could hand my yttrium to people, I would happily give it. I would happily give it away. But yeah, that's another one of those things, isn't it? It's like the question is still going. It's like, should Frontier allow people to trade these small materials? It becomes a tricky thing, doesn't it? Because it opens up a whole kind of player-driven
Black market, sort of.
Yeah, and it's
yes,
like.
but why not?
This is the question. There's got to be pros and cons. I mean, I think the fact that the ships have had for a long time, they've had the attachment bays on the bottom, so you could, attach 2 ships together to transfer things. I think it was thought about, but maybe just put to the side, hopefully to come back later on.
Soon.
Yeah,
Soon.
Turn a massive in-game trading thing.
I'm missing a word.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
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 There was something this weekend.
There
wasn't
There's
there?
an event.
There's something going on.
Lavecon! Lavecon! Everybody drink. It's like 12 mini warheads. Yes, mini warheads. That's exactly right. I love the missiles. The missiles have had such an improvement in 2.1. Actually, they
haven't tried that.
Yes, they're so much more powerful. But the just the fact that they cause module damage and malfunctions to like the external modules. So they have a purpose. They have a meaning. They don't immediately cause massive ship damage, making them too overpowered. But they cause all these malfunctions and things. So it makes more sense from like a piracy sort of thing. Like if you want to just disable someone and steal their, they're excellent for that. They really work well for that.
That was
Mines
something
as well.
I missed for a long time in the game because when I started, I compared it to other space games that I've known, and there was a very good Star Trek game 14 years ago, Bridge Commander, where you could target all the various hard points of the ships and just disable like their engines or their warp drive or the shield generators, and that was really great because in the campaign you had to do that a couple of times when you just wanted information from the guy, and the story would be slightly different if you accidentally destroy the guy. And I felt that in the beginning of Elite Dangerous that you wouldn't. There was no purpose to do that because it was just faster to destroy the enemy.
Yeah.
And there was no reason. And I heard from one of my viewers, he said he's doing piracy, but like honest swashbuckler piracy. That he just says he's got a very powerful ship and he's interdicting other cargo ships, player-driven cargo ships, and he's always just offering them a chance to surrender their cargo. And yes, and now he can sort of force them if he can disable the ship.
Yes, yeah, which is really good. You target the drives and you start to, I found that the NPCs do that as well, which is quite good. They do actually go for the trying to disable you rather than outright destroying you.
I think I've already encountered that once.
Yeah, and it's happened to me a couple of times. I've had some very risky moments where my thrusters have been shot to 0%, and I'm drifting, and I have to quickly reboot and repair, and I've managed to get away with like 10-15% hull. I think that's really exciting. It's a cool thing to see. It works so well, and you can imagine that when multi-crew comes in, that would be a really interesting. You can imagine that. It's like great full power to shields. Evasive maneuvers. Working together as to pull off an escape like that would be really cool.
So looking forward to that. But I'm also wondering what exactly the roles will be when you do this multi-crew thing.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of work to kind of balance that out and come up with something that works well. And I know Frontier said, in their current prototypes, it's any group of players would have an advantage over a single player in the same setup. So I think that's going to happen anyway. You can have people focusing on different areas.
I
just
bet
makes
the
sense.
PvP players will complain about that as
But
well.
the question is multi-crew better than a wing on the other side?
That's
one
a
of
good
the
question.
things.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be almost impossible to balance. And like you said,
I think we can all agree that a wing of multi-crew ships will be best.
probably going to more on top of more. It's always going to be better.
More power.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, it's. I don't think you could ever have it to the point. I mean, having a level playing field across such a variation, and you go down right to the very smallest ship. A starter sidewinder, one pilot on his own, all the way up to a corvette with a full crew. There's no comparison. You can't sweep that scale and allow interactions. There's going to be pilots which can hold their own, like you said, in the smaller ships, the Eagles and things like that. They'd be able to fight out of a tricky situation. But and equally, you're going to have pilots that have traded their way all the way up to the really big ships, but can't fly them very well at all. So there's going to be a bit of a range of player abilities, I think.
Yeah.
But there's no way that Frontier can balance it all, so that it's a fair fight. And that was the reason for Arena. That's why it was brought in as a mode because it sets that.
Level playing
Yeah,
And
field.
please
exactly.
filter the people out that are not online
Yes.
on the friends list.
Oh yes. I mean, I have not such a big friends list myself. I think it's like 25 people or 30, but it's already enough to kind of make it annoying because I usually only navigate the menus with the joystick, and when you can only go one at a time, it's like, where are you?
But you can just keep holding, or not?
Yeah, but it still takes
Yeah,
a
okay.
couple of seconds
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And the best thing is that some of the people whom I regularly play with, which is mostly the people right here present in this room and one or two others, they are one is at the top of the list and one is right in the middle and the other one is just at the end, and you go, wow, okay, I have you all invited now. Only 2 minutes have passed.
That's good. Yes. Please add that. I'm going to prod Sandro all weekend. Add it. I want to filter. A couple of questions that have come in actually.
Lots
some
of
things on there.
questions,
Yeah,
I think.
lots of bits and pieces on there. Arathon saying, what if the alien race isn't Thargoids? What if it's another race that's died long ago and we're fighting the technology they left behind?
Speculation!
Possibly. I mean, David hasn't ruled out the possibility that it's everyone's assuming with these unknown probes and the unknown artifacts and the barnacles. Everyone's assuming they're all Thargoids. No one's confirmed it. Tamaru Hack, I think the aliens are not Thargoids but something else. It's looking that way, I think, isn't it? It's got to be a twist in there somewhere. But the story. Have you been following the unknown probes? Have you seen those? So the unknown artifacts, the unknown probes have now appeared as well. Slightly different appearance to the artifacts, but definitely the same technology. Nobody knows what's going on with it at the moment. It's spooky.
I call Plan 9.
Yes.
Cheers to whoever gets that.
We get the man in black.
Absolutely. Large ships with multiple shield zones and multi-crew. Yeah, Stephen Usher, that's a good thing. That's something that I've kind of toyed with the idea of before. I think on some shows was the idea that if you have multi-crew, you could have one person controlling the systems, so put more power into the shields in the direction you're being attacked. So aft shields, forward shields, and that kind of thing. That was a really cool idea. Plipe, good night. Good night, my friend.
Good night.
Thanks for joining in. Have a lot of fun at Lavecon. Yes, we will.
Lavecon.
They've gone.
Damn, I was just about to say something with Lavecon.
Well,
I
you
said
will
it
again.
again.
You will get a chance.
I said it again.
Yeah. Right?
Because I was going to say, this is what you said with the shields and so on, but everyone has a different role. Kind of like what we're going to see at the event. on-
Yes.
With
Artemis.
with Artemis, yes.
It's gonna be awesome. Telegraph, patch 2.2, what's going on with that? Don't see any juicy info. Are we going to have to wait another 6 months for it? No, I don't think it's going to be 6 months for 2.2. I think what Frontier have gone and said in their last statement is they're going to be introducing incrementally new features, because I think the 2.2 is going to be the ship launch fighters. 2.3 I think is the multi-crew, isn't it? And then 2.4 is the secret, isn't it? Yes.
Secret.
Yes.
The winter is coming, I think.
Winter is coming.
Winter is
Yes.
coming.
We can say no more.
Say no more.
Say no, know what I mean. But so 2.2. I don't think it's not going to be that long compared to 2.1, but definitely it is going to be a bit of a game changer again, because obviously you've got the ship launch fighters introduced into that, which is going to make things. Document request denied. I wonder if I was looking for my pad, thinking. Where's my pad? Where's my pad? Thank you. But I think 2.3 is going to bring the multi-crew, but Frontier did say that 2.3 is going to be later than what they expected because of the additional things they were.
Nice thing in the chat there.
Oh, sorry. What's that? Oh, drink.
Yes. But I meant Taimaru.
Oh, I almost said what 2.4 is going to be. No, I didn't. No, I didn't say anything.
We will talk after the stream about it.
Insignificant cat. No, sooner than 2.4. sooner than a soony soon thing, and I'm not gonna say.
Or Pia Dark Servicia. Cheers.
That's going to be the big
You know,
reveal
Yep.
in 2.4.
Yep. Or for Ordos the event, I nearly got it.
For the, what is it? Can someone in the chat remind us? So there's an event going on this weekend. There's some kind of elite thing on there. 2.2 passenger missions. Yes, you're right, Max Shadow. We're going to have passenger missions coming in 2.2, which is finally going to make things like the Orca interesting. I like the idea of like the tourist missions and things like that. Frontier have already put up the thread on the forum to suggest cool locations to go to. Have you seen that?
Yes,
There'll
yes,
be
yes.
lots
I've
of
seen it.
those.
So if you
Or
have
to smuggle refugees or something.
yes,
You
yes.
can imagine so
political
much
prisoners
with,
and things like that, you know.
I can only
dignitaries.
recommend the system I visited, I think, Monday,
Oh, it's-
where I twittered a screenshot from that with the two suns very close to each other, and there was a gas giant right in between, and it made for a spectacular view.
Definitely, yeah. Put it on the list. Yeah, it'd be really cool.
By the way, didn't they, when we finally get to atmospheric landings, didn't they say the Orca can also become a submarine in a way?
I was corrected. I thought the same, but it was the Moray Starboat.
Moray Starboat was in.
That was
so
the
there
one
is
that
there
could-
is a ship that can
in the
submerge.
history of the game, yes, in the lore, there is. We haven't seen
still
it,
come back?
but yeah, it could still come back. You can imagine the Orca could land on a water planet, for example. I think it would sit, on the surface. Even if it can't go underneath, it could at least.
Perhaps
Looks like a
perhaps,
cruise ship.
perhaps it
Perhaps
can
like
swim,
have
not
something
dive,
like
but
the-
swim.
Yes, yeah.
Huh?
it's like
And have
a
something
cruise
like, it looks like a cruise boat,
Yeah.
but have something like the SRV only for underwater.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
But I'm just speculating.
Oh, speculation
Speculate.
alert! That would be the submarine recon vehicle.
But that's SRV too, so
Damn.
it's something else.
Yes. Oh, we need another acronym. Everybody think of an acronym. Erinincon. Yes, that's the one, Stephen Usher. Yeah, that classic system from way back when in the alpha. Oh, dear. But yes, I can do a little bit of a tease, I suppose. A little bit of a tease. I know. You're saying that Telegraph 2.4, the Goids aren't Goids. No, it's not that. No. And as Ace Different Cat was saying there, if you search hard enough, you will be able to find some of their ships crashed in 2.1. Why aren't you people finding them? Get out there.
Post it.
They're out there. But yes, there are some hints you can get if you get the little tips in the game. You get the little tip-offs that appear in the thing there, saying that there's a crashed ship in this location, things like that. A lot of people have found some crashed ships out there.
As somebody's asking, I think you have to reintroduce us to your audience because someone's
Oh,
asking.
really?
Yes, we have. Yes, if
Da
you've
only
got
real
me.
noob.
Absolutely. Yes, we have Ambassador Abacus and Ambassador Smintili come all the way over from Germany for Lavecon. Hey, everybody
Cheers.
drink.
Cheers.
And that is the drinking word for the night, so you can join in with that.
Lavecon.
Mm.
If you didn't get that.
Absolutely. Yes, so it's an elite themed convention which is happening this weekend, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be great to see everyone again. Sparrowback, good evening, commanders. Multi-crew, yes, we have multi-crew, yes.
Yep.
It's 2.3 hype. 6 working wheels are better than 6 working thrusters. That would work as well underwater. Insignificant saying that the reason humanity have FSD technology is because of the Thargoids. I think there's a story about humans finding some artifact in the 2300s or something. I
Science
forget.
fiction writers
I
love
can-
that,
I
don't
can-
they?
And
Got the books here.
re-engineered something.
Reverse
yes.
engineered it and
Reverse
managed to figure out how to do it, which is why I think the is it the Triton, the moon of Neptune, is off limits because there's a research base on the moon out there.
So they say.
We don't understand how it works, just what it does. Yeah, why not? Yeah, if you can just poke it with a stick in hyperspace, great.
Michael Brooks knows it.
Yes, he does.
He should.
Uh,
But why can't humanity get out on its own? There's so many science fiction stories. Mass Effect has the same angle.
yeah,
They just
yeah.
discovered this technology, and
Yeah.
from then they.
Worked on it from that. Yeah.
That's a good question, Juniper. Where is my diplomatic orca?
Ah, it's no good. Yes.
So
yes.
true.
Yeah.
Where
I need
are
to
the
be-
ambassador ships?
I know.
Coming soon.
It's no good. It's no good. I need to up my game. It's just no good.
By the way, I was going to ask you because I didn't pay attention. What are you doing at the moment? Still missions?
I was just helping out with various missions. We've just been working on the Imperial ranks, so I managed to get to 22% Viscount. Yay! Nearly got enough for the cutter. I just want the cutter. I want the cutter. As soon as I get the cutter, I think I'm just gonna take it exploring, just because it's class. I mean, it looks. I know it's not the right shape, but it feels like the Enterprise. It's just.
I
It's a
remember
nice ship,
when the
yes.
beta, when the ship's beta, when the cutter was introduced. I remember one of my, I got a challenge from the community. From he told me I should go to a planet in the Imperial Central. I don't know what's the system called. Something with A. Yes, in the
Yes, yeah.
Akina, whatever it's pronounced.
We'll
One
ask
of the
for-
moons there, I think, has a gravity of 8 point
Akina
something, and
3,
he
yeah.
dared me to land the ship there.
Oh yes.
I made it out with
60
51% health.
My first attempt was.
In what ship?
I think it was an ASP. It was my Explorer ASP, so it had like D-rated thrusters.
Yeah,
It was just no.
I don't remember what I had in the cutter, but I managed to stand on the ground briefly, and then I think I went out in the SRV and tried to lift off, and it was impossible. I got like a meter in the air, and then I just slammed down to the ground, and the SRV was. I don't think it was destroyed, but it was down to like 20% or something.
Yeah.
Then I quickly re-entered the ship, and I basically had to do like this to take off.
Just get the
Get the ship somehow to go on its
Get
back
it to-
thrusters and then
Yeah.
boost away.
And for the diplomatic immunity, I'm still waiting. You're right.
This one looks like a fish, flies like a fish, steers like a cow.
yeah, that's true. It's although with
Not
I mean,
very enterprisey.
Yeah, well, true. Yeah, true. But if you do get the engineer upgrades and boost the thrusters a little bit, you can get some pretty good movement out of it. So don't start crash on fish. We're doomed. I'll try not to drop my evil hints, but I know. See, this is the thing. I try to steer the thread in the right direction. The UA thread, which is going through the forum, on the 7th version of that, I think it's hit like 10,000 posts almost 7 times now. It's just gone crazy. But yeah, they've uncovered some pretty cool things over the last few weeks. So that they're starting to get an understanding of where these things are. There was an interesting little thing they found was it last week, I think it was, where if you actually take the picture of the planet where the barnacles have been found and enhance the contrast in something like Photoshop, you can see there is actually almost an X marked on the planet. If you should enhance the contrast, it shows up a little bit more, and right in the middle of the X is the site where the barnacles were found. So there are clues there. There are clues, and some of these things might be applicable elsewhere. So, but go out and find those crash sites. That's what I want to find. I want to see a screenshot on Twitter of one of those crash sites. They are out there. Did anyone check if there are dolphins still on Earth in 3302, or did they leave recently? Yes, I've heard something about a hyperspace bypass coming through or something, but yeah. I mean, it's just Sol. I mean, we've got Akinar now anyway, so yeah.
Did you get your towel yet?
Yeah, where's my towel? Yes. I should always know where my towel is. I tell you, I'm letting the team down, I think. I'm letting them down. Let's jump over. Juniper's this ship is my dream big passenger cruiser. Yeah, absolutely. Well, no, that ship isn't. The Beluga liner is, which was hinted
the one,
at
yes.
back in the Kickstarter, of course. And it kind of makes sense that Frontier have not bothered to go any further down the path. I mean, we brought the Orca in to show what is possible with passenger ships, but of course there's no reason to have another passenger ship at the moment with 2.2.
They have shown a picture
concept,
of the
yes,
concept art.
yeah. So it's
Very nice.
Yes, it's there. It's a possibility. It's definitely something which could appear. So yeah, I really like to see it. I haven't got it on the my ship chart behind me. But yeah, it's the Beluga liner. Just bigger Walker. It really does look like a
Bigger is
cruise ship.
always better.
Bigger, exactly. Bigger, better.
Bigger and more luxurious.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Going to be fantastic to walk around.
Yeah, walking around.
it just
Sparrow,
was a bit to the side because
won't
my-
fit through the mail slot liner, Sparrow back there. Yes, I think they said that maybe it was too large for the mail slot inside the space station. So
I always
Make the
wondered why
slot
they only
bigger.
have these small slots. Why don't they have like a big? Why don't they just have a big hole? Because that would make so many things so much easier. I remember when we were doing trading together with we three and a friend of mine, where you got stuck with the anaconda. That was a bug. Okay, but when the clipper was introduced in the beta, it was getting stuck in the slot as well when it had the landing struts activated. So that. Why don't they just make a different docking port?
yeah, I think that's probably where they're going to have to go with the bigger ships like that. There, because there was talk of having external ports
Yeah,
that
that
you
would be
could
great.
you could latch onto just to refuel, just to do basic things.
Or have like a gangway
Yes,
extension.
gangway. Yes,
like
yeah,
Snapball.
exactly, something like that. The Panther Clipper. Yes, I know, Kat. I want the Panther Clipper as well. Love the Panther
After
Clipper.
Lavecon.
Oh, I've got a mission update. I said, oh, Lavecon. Oh, interdiction.
Good timing.
How rude! How rude! Deadly.
It's another deadly anaconda.
Yeah, let's see. Let's try and read it. Something to do with, it was a notification saying yes, basically that guy who just interdicted me is want to try and interdict me. Thanks for the update. But if I
How
do
kind.
manage to kill him, they're going to give me an extra 90,000 credits. I don't care. I'm not really. See, if I had the ship was better equipped for doing combat, it would certainly be a lot easier. Yes, I was spinning on them. Nothing gets past the T9 in the mail slot. Yeah, that is true.
I actually managed to get by. I think it had to be a sidewinder.
Yeah, with
I
a small
usually-
ship you can sneak. Besides it, yeah.
Telegraph. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to have a new starbase type where you could land on the outside with huge ships and things. Yeah, I think it would definitely be possible in the like the ground bases, but then the ground bases seem like the least likely place you want to have a big ship, isn't
Yes.
it? It's like you want to keep the big ships up in space where they're easier to, you wouldn't want to go in the last minute.
But you have certainly the room for it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not a problem.
Yeah. So it's
But I always liked the notion what they have in many science fiction works. Like, of course, I'm interested a lot in Star Trek, so I encountered it the most there. That the bigger ships simply can't go into an atmosphere. And I remember an episode of, I think it was Next Generation, where they have to take the Enterprise into the atmosphere, and it's pretty. They make it just barely, but even the ships that are designed for, I think it was a Deep Space Nine episode, but anyway, it was the ships that are not designed to go into an atmosphere. It would make sense to have a huge ship on a planet without atmosphere, because it's just the same environment basically as open space. But a really huge ship would be designed without something like aerodynamics in mind. So
yeah.
why take that down to a planet?
Exactly. Well, with the Type 9, it is just a big brick.
Yeah, and especially when we get things like fighters, and then you could have shuttles.
Exactly.
And you
It makes a lot
wouldn't
more
have
sense.
the need to descend to a
Yeah.
planet with a big ship.
Yeah.
So
And you can imagine someone like a council member or something like that would be, take me in my little, my escort ship and take me around. What's that? Are we doing the 1 tequila per interdiction game tonight? Oh, that would that would be a good evening.
refreshing.
Well, so, like they say on Futurama, most spaceships are designed to cope with pressures between 0 and 1. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that is a
That'd
good
be
one.
very cool if they include air pressure on planets with atmospheres, that you can, I don't know, if you have a ship that isn't equipped for that kind of atmosphere that you can't,
Yeah,
or that
I
you
mean-
take damage when you are there.
I think the guys are considering it because it was something which you did see the experience of that in Frontier Elite 2, that you could equip a ship with the atmospheric shielding was something that you could buy. You could sell off the yeah. If we want, we can take the hats off because it is getting
Okay.
warm. And, yeah, so you could sell it on your ship, and it would basically, if you didn't have it, you through the atmosphere too quickly, you would cause damage to your ship.
Yes.
So there was that element in it, and I think the guys are considering the same things. Though you have to be careful that when you pick a planet, that the atmosphere is not too high pressure, that it would destroy the ship. So maybe in that case, smaller ships are the only ones that can survive the pressures. Maybe bigger ships would
Just
collapse
crush
under their own
us.
weight, things like that.
I'm immediately thinking of something else that you could do then, if you have like special ships that you can take into the atmosphere of gas giants.
Yes.
Another thing they did on Star Trek, by the way.
Yeah.
But to be fair, it's been running so long. I think there's not one concept in science fiction that they haven't covered in
Yeah.
some way. So, but that would be really cool. Like you have certain materials that you just can find inside of gas giants, something like that. That
Yeah,
would be.
special combinations of molecules and things like that.
Which brings us back to the engineers.
Exactly. Yeah. More things.
That's
Well done.
that's one of the other things that the thanks. One of the other things that I see that the forum doesn't appreciate sometimes, how the various elements intertwine.
Yes, again, like we said right at the start, all these kind of different elements are being brought up functionality-wise, piece at a time.
They're
And as
building on top of each other.
exactly,
not
it's like a pyramid. It's like as more of these things make more sense, they're combining, they're joining together. That this, like I said, the system of the nav beacons. Am I chasing you? The scanning the weights and things like that. These
Persistent.
yes, persistent. These systems in their own right didn't make much sense to begin with, but now they're starting to become apparent. It's like how useful they are to have all of these different elements in the game, and I think it will become more and more apparent as more and more functions are brought online and it starts to mesh together.
Do I see that correctly? He's staying away from you because you're so close to the.
Yes, that's what I had.
Nice.
See, the AI has massively improved.
So,
I think people
no
just don't-
suicide anymore? with
No,
stations?
no, they don't rush into the stations quite as bad as they do. But,
That reminds me of my favorite word concerning the game, immersion.
immersion.
I once heard you saying
Head in the bucket.
the bad I word, but I kind of made that my trademark thing in the beginning of the premium beta. I talked about immersion all the time because
It is. It can be fantastically immersive, and particularly like with VR. I think it's just wonderful. This game is perfect for VR. It just works so well with it. And if you sit there and role play, I mean, Chris Hankey is a regular commander on the stream. He was on his way back from exploring, and he was a few thousand light years out, and he was a little worried of coming back. So he contacted me. He said, "Give me an escort." I was like, "Yeah, sure. Let's escort." And I was jumping ahead of him. I was scouting, like, "System clear, Commander. Proceed with jump," and things like that. And it was great to do a little bit of role play. It was really, really good fun. And I think it can be really immersive if you want it to be.
Yeah.
But it's 50-50. It's not the game's responsibility to do that. Is that you have to own that yourself. It's in your mind.
The game is still a sandbox.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
can, but the advantage is you can do a lot of things you can't do in other games,
Yeah.
because they are so linear. So, for example, all these nice little games that, for example, the Hammers of Slough have invented,
Yes. Yeah.
they have no sense, just for fun.
Yep. Absolutely.
But it's great. You can do them.
That's the great thing about it, isn't it? It's you just kind of make up the situations.
You
that
make
you
up your
enjoy.
own
Yeah.
rules.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily get a reward from the game, but you have fun.
that's what many people I think are forgetting these days. That games are primarily supposed to be fun. And we were talking earlier about setting your own goals, and that many games today need to give you that carrot on a stick
Yeah.
to lead you somewhere. And
Yeah.
I always find that I mean, I encounter the problem myself when I'm like deciding what can I do next for my videos, but usually I manage to find something that I haven't done in a while or never before when there's like you know, when there's a new update coming. So there's always something to do, I think.
Yes, absolutely. It's finding something you enjoy and just sticking to that rather than trying to do the things that you're seeing other people doing because you think that's the way it's. I mean, it's crazy to play a game like that. And this game has just so much variation across the board, all the different things you could do. There's no sense to just do the things that you see other people are doing because, you know, but at the same time there's no kind of guide to the game telling you all the things you could do. I think that's the problem. It's daunting, it's overwhelming, it's where do you start? What's the cool thing to do that you're going to enjoy? So you have to kind of try a little bit of everything, see what you enjoy, and then stick with that. And that's the best way to do it.
But only stick with it for a while.
Don't get too confused. I'm sometimes saying something.
Yes, yeah. So that's Smintili.
Yes.
He's here and he's there and
Yes,
he's not at home. What's going on?
By the way, I wanted to mention. I think this is. I don't know if any of my viewers are actually here, but if they are, then it's the first time they can see me.
But you can show the stream later. I think you will bring up the video on YouTube and you can link it
Yes,
and
I
say
will do that.
I was on
I
camera.
was there.
I was there.
He's here, live in the studio. Look, see, I can touch him. Look, he's there. He's really there.
I hope I'm not putting you to shame with my full head of hair.
My grey hair. It gets worse.
Hey, you have them.
Yeah.
Don't complain.
That's the Picard.
We're in the wrong order.
The Picard.
I could go for that, yes.
Yes.
It's very commanding.
Tigris can't wait for 2.2. You got 3 weeks of holiday. I can't confirm time, but you know, don't go booking time off work until you know for certain.
Oh yeah, one is here. Yeah, hi. I recall the name Sparrowblade.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Abacus is Picard. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't you see the resemblance? It's like
Energy.
I was wrong. It's energized.
Energize!
Perhaps you should stick to make it so.
Yes. Does that mean I have to be number one? I'm gonna have to just like lean on everything. You have to.
There
And that would make you.
Who's got the most impressive hair in the show?
Yeah, of course.
Definitely Worf.
Yeah, but I'm not the Worf type of guy. I think.
No. Awesome. So there's a couple of things I absolutely need to share with everyone tonight. Actually, let's go ahead and put this link in the chat. Share that in there. And you will get the full picture of this at Lavecon. Hey!
Yeah, damn, I was just drinking.
So let's try and get this up full screen actually for everyone. If I can find where I've hidden it. Yes. So our very own Commander Arathon, I think he was in the chat earlier on. I think he's still around. I don't want to get in the way of the thing. He has done these wonderful ship brochures. Now he's gone and to all of the effort of obtaining one of every kind of ship in the game, at least one, and he has set up a virtual shipyard that you can go and experience at Lavecon. Yay! And he's done these wonderful ship brochures as well, which are absolutely awesome. I'm going to go ahead and paste that again in the chat in case you missed it. So there's a link there. You can go ahead and download those. And these are just fantastic. And he's done each one for each manufacturer in a slightly different style. They've got their own unique look to them as well. All of the ship details in there. He's got these printed out there, so you can have a look at them when they're there as well.
I want one.
Really
Please
awesome.
reserve some for me.
So go ahead, feel free to use that link. You can download these PDFs, which are really awesome.
Am I allowed to make a little fun
So
of
good.
the competition? Because I was just thinking, nobody paid him $116 million to do these.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They just, yeah, it's just part of the loving community behind Elite. That just goes to show you. It's just so nice. It's so nice. And here we go. So we have the Lavecon one as well, which is, I love this, the style of the Lavecon,
Get
the
it for me,
boxy
says
style.
Juniper.
Juniper, it's there. Yes. Juniper, you can download the PDFs.
You can
there
download
in
the
link.
PDFs. If I get a second one,
These look really nice.
I will try.
Abacus PC. Ah.
You can download it.
Absolutely. Download it.
Just
Download
click
it
on the
there.
link and download it. These are the PDFs.
Get it while it's hot.
Hot and fresh.
Greetings, Royal Hanky. Nice to see you there, my friend. We will see you on Saturday as well. It's no tea corking. No, it's not Friday. It's Thursday. Don't worry. You've not stepped into the TARDIS by mistake. It is genuinely Thursday. Oh, sorry, Saturnine. I will stop spamming the links. Yes, sorry. Yes, I'm gonna, my moderator will time me out. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Sorry, terrible me. So the Lavecon, obviously Type 7, Type 9, classic. Guatemala, yes.
Yes.
Navy ships, yes.
I told you that I finally have a cutter. I've bought it for the third CG from of the Wildcard games, which was about trade. So
Yes.
I thought, okay, now is the time.
Extra space, yeah.
Now
extra
you have to
storage.
do it. Pay your last credits to get a cutter.
Awesome.
Okay,
Though
no,
I
not
must say
really the
it's,
last, but most.
I must say it's a little strange to have a brochure for a military only.
yeah, well,
Because you wouldn't go into a store and shop like, oh, a Eurofighter. I definitely have to have one of those.
Yes.
It will be nice with my Falcon.
so it's the X stock, I suppose. You know, it's you know, it's
Like when you buy a used police car or something.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, or they do in the States where they sell off all of the old arsenals. Yeah, a missile or two.
Maybe the brochures for they are from the Pilots Federation, you know.
Good point.
When you are at Jameson,
Yes, good point. I mean,
You
they
get
have
that.
to shop somewhere too, no?
yeah, well, and there's the place to shop there. You get all.
Like on
Classic.
a-
My classic. I love the details going here as well. It's like the actual concept art piece from the Eagle there instead of the
Yeah.
Oh,
in-game
and
picture.
here
Abacus,
the
you have to put a comment on that last
Sorry?
chat message.
There's a war.
No!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! I have to fly back.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Lavecon is cancelled. That's it.
Lavecon.
That's it. Hey.
Lavecon, I have complete trust in you that you can take care of it.
The ambassador is having the weekend off. I'm sorry. But yes, so there's the link there, T Corkin. Yeah, thank you, Game with Ian. Just beat me to it on that. Look at that. Oh, Fed War, look at that. Unmatched firepower. That's right.
These shots are really impressive.
Mm.
I kind of when my father's a photographer, so I always look for.
The
I
composition.
kind of know.
yeah.
I kind of get the. I know some of the things that make a good picture, and I'm always looking for good shots when I'm playing, and these are really good
So
with
it's
the
nice,
back
yeah.
with the backdrops with the planets and all that. That's and also the
And the
details.
galaxy.
Yeah, I
love
always
it.
try to get the galaxy
Yeah.
when I'm doing any screenshots. I always try to get the
Always good.
galaxy in the
Always
back.
good in the background.
My head's in the way. I'll try and make this a little larger, but I love the fact that Arathon he's worked out. You've got the factory baseline model. You've got combat and different variations. And I'll say roughly understand how much it's going to cost you to equip
That's
one of
good.
these ships on that. So that's a
not
nice
bad.
feature as well, which is pretty cool.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, he's put quite a bit of effort, and not only that, it's actually building those as well. As he's also sat and, like I said, gathered all the credits in the game to own all of those ships, so that he can demo those. So he's demoed those. He's got the Oculus CV1 is at Lavecon. Hey, drink. So yeah, so you can go and experience all of those ships in VR,
Definitely have to do that.
which is really
Yes.
awesome.
To
So,
this
yeah.
day, I
Yes.
still haven't
Yes.
used any kind of VR, because I think my problem with head trackers is always that you have to tilt your head, but you have to keep your eyes on the screen, and that would be very disorienting for me.
That becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
it's-
thought the same before until I tried it.
Yeah, I can
really recommend
I
to
can
try it.
imagine that you would get used to it very quickly, but
Yeah.
it still feels kind of Or
It's not the same as a VR goggle, but it surprised me that it worked really well.
Yeah.
You get used to it pretty quickly,
You do, yeah. I've tried both of them.
and
I
it's a
think
lot cheaper, of course.
yeah, of
you know.
course, but
And you don't need such a monster machine as for a VR goggle. So
But
it's,
I'm- but
it's
I'm
really
kind
a
of
good
a-
entry point.
I'm kind of a perfectionist, so. Plus, we have a saying for that in Germany: the one who buys cheap buys twice.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
In this case, cheap is true.
It is.
With the ED tracker, you know,
It is. Yeah,
just
I was surprised at
30,
how good it
40
was
bucks
actually. Yeah, for
compared
what, yeah.
to the VR goggle and the right machine, or at least graphics card.
Yeah, I'm always drooling when these shots on Twitter go around from the GTX 1080. I'm like, I want
See?
that. I want that.
So, yeah, and I've tried both of them. I think I was very surprised at how good the ED tracker was in terms of the smoothness. I think it was as good as the motion tracking that I've seen in the headsets. But yeah, the extra immersion you get from just having the camera follow you is just crazy. It's just so
I could
good.
see the pain that you got from saying the word immersion. You were like,
Ah. There.
it's out now. It's out.
It's gone. Oh, failed to communicate with the server. Oh, whoops. Just wait until the wireless Ed tracker arrives. Oh, is that a thing? Is that something they're working on? Wireless Ed tracker.
Maybe a wireless version of the ED tracker. I think I've read about it, but it's a while ago. Ah yes, there's wireless ED tracker.
That'd be interesting. Interesting, Stephen Usher. Madding, aliens confirmed. Aliens. They're there. Someone find them. The clues are there. I can't give you any more.
Those are ambassadors, not aliens.
Yes, yes. It's a,
Are you
Thank you.
sure?
oh, they've been working on. They have prototypes of the wireless Ed tracker.
Mm.
Well, I wonder if that's it. Lavecon. Awesome. Sentinel, you've got your gold ticket. Yay! One gold ticket has just become available. Oh, it's not your gold ticket. There is one gold ticket. Everyone, head over laveradio.com.
Go.
Get that. Get it. Go. Snatch it up. If you can make it up to Northampton this weekend, get there. It's going to be awesome. Rat King, you're nearly to Palin. Is that working on? Yes. Nice haircut. Smooth. Nearly to Palin. Are you? Is there a goal or something out helping out with Palin? No? Rat King, you completely missed what I said earlier on. The crashed spaceships. There are other kinds of spaceships out there. Go find them. They can upgrade an existing ticket. Okay, so there's one gold ticket upgrade which is available. Right. Okay. Oh. So if you have a silver ticket, so we have a couple of more missions. I must get done. I think we've got time. We should be okay. We just have time.
No pressure.
Yes. We're going to miss. Of course, there's no newsletter this week because it's tomorrow. The newsletter, but I imagine the newsletter is going to be heavily focused on some event, something happening this weekend.
Tip of my tongue.
Yes, this is right there. If anyone in the chat can think of it.
Didn't they skip a newsletter before the event last year?
Oh yeah, they might do actually. Yeah. I need to check with Ed. I might have just sold Ed. Sorry, Ed. You want to get out of work early tomorrow so that you can get ready, and everyone's going to expect a newsletter now. Sorry. Palin's got the corrosion-resistant cargo racks. Awesome. Yes. Sorry, I missed that one. Yes, so that was for the unknown artifacts. And I know Rat King. I think Rat King, you've still got it. Found one of the earliest unknown artifacts that he's been carrying ever since for the last 18 months or something. Rat King, I think, has been carrying that unknown artifact just to prove that it is an important aspect of the game, sort of thing, which is really cool. So he's looking to get the corrosion resistant cargo rack so he can actually get out there and move around. The other thing which I think is cool actually now, which probably you might have already noticed this, Rat King, because I know it's been a problem for you. if you're in a ship and you transfer to another ship and you have enough cargo space in that ship, it doesn't stop you anymore. It will take the cargo over.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, which was obviously a problem before. You'd have to sell everything,
yes.
and so for the rare goods, it was no good. The only real impression, they didn't believe me, so now they're all here. I posted, on the UA thread, yes. My little tease, my little hint. If you get out there and look for the crash ships, which I know you guys have done a fantastic job of finding crash ships, there are non-human crashed ships out there. There, I said it. Go find them. Go.
And post them. Please.
Prices 1223. Nice to see you there. Greetings, Commander. Is Elite Dangerous similar to Star Citizen 2? Well, when Star Citizen 1 comes out, we can compare it to that, and then we'll no, it's I mean, it's a space game. That's like comparing to shooter games. So
there's space there.
There are similar aspects to it, but there are different things. I mean, with Star Citizen, I think in the moment for Squadron 42, they're focusing on the single-player, story-driven sort of elements to it. Elite Dangerous is more of a sandbox. You know, it is the Milky Way galaxy, which the best way to show you, to tell you, is to show you. I mean, you go here. This is your playground. The entire Milky Way galaxy, a realistic representation of what we know about our galaxy, set 1,000 years in the future, nearly 1,300 years in the future. You can see the sheer scale of this game is just mind-blowing. You can't imagine seeing all of this in a lifetime, which you just couldn't. And that's more of what Elite's about, is this kind of this evolving galaxy. There's these massive player groups working together to move the power of ownership of systems and things like that. There's just so many elements to it. So there's the realistic representation of the solar system as well, which is fantastic to go see. I'm too far away to show you, unfortunately, but the game is so big it would take quite a bit of time for me to travel to the solar system.
Show Beagle Point.
Beagle Point, yes, Beagle Point, yes. Head back to Beagle Point.
Just to get a feeling for the scope. Just by the jump, the map does. I just like to see that. Also that it stutters when you go to the center.
Yes, through all those things. So it's the other side of the galaxy, 65,000 light years away. It would literally take you weeks of concerted effort to get there, I think. I think Toadie managed to do it in something like 48 hours, I think he did. He did it. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. He went further. He went all the way out to what he calls Isham's Reach, which is a little further out. There you go, Isham's Reach. Bookmarks, gotta love the bookmarks. There we go. What's that? So No Man's Sky is probably a better comparison. No Man's Sky, I think, again, it's like looking at a different kind of game. It's like, it's a shooter, but it's like, yeah, we were discussing this over dinner, and I think when you look at it, it's like, you look at the graphical style of No Man's Sky, it's like comparing Team Fortress 2 to like the latest Battlefield, isn't it? It's like they're both shooters, they have similar elements, but they have different styles, they have different gameplay mechanics and that kind of thing. And I think No Man's Sky is focusing mostly on the single player exploration, which seems to be the key focus of it. Yeah, there are other elements to it. Like
what I always like to say is that I mentioned earlier that No Man's Sky, from what I've seen so far, it looks a bit that you could compare it better to the Galaxy aspect, Galaxy part of Spore. Hopefully better executed.
Yeah, hopefully.
But, because you discover new things and you can name new things if you're the first one to discover them, and you have mostly this exploration, and it's all built from certain parts, so that you're bound to get some sort of repetition. Hopefully not too not too quick the end. I don't think you can compare it to Elite really, because you do have the exploration here as well, but we haven't seen any animals or something like that yet, and I don't know if there's any plans for that. I mean, I know I heard that Star Citizen wants to introduce birds.
Okay.
Because that's got to be on the top of their priority list to have birds. But don't want to pile on here, so.
Let's head on into. So here's a good example actually. Whilst we're working towards this, I'll head towards this planet, so I'll get there shortly. the great thing that was just been introduced into the game at the end of last year, which is the ability to fly right down onto planets, and the planets are real scale as well. I mean, when you look at other games like I think in Star Citizen, the planets are going to be 1/10 scale. I think they've said. In No Man's Sky, the planets are scaled down so you can get in and out to them pretty quickly. In Elite Dangerous, they're 1-to-1. They are absolutely enormous. You just cannot imagine the scale of the planets, and when you get down and start driving around in the vehicles on the surfaces here, you can
Takes
see.
for ages.
You can you can see it takes a really long time to get around anywhere, which is really cool. What's that with systems farther you can reach? Yeah, there are. Sorry, Maddie. How do you travel to a system farther than your fuel capacity allows? 100 light years. It's always eluded me when there's no stars to scoop. It's very difficult. You have to be very careful and try and find a route around where you can get to the stars you can scoop. I mean, if you go to let me go back to the map and I'll show you. You can filter the map down by star class. And you can see I've already filtered it down by the types that can be scooped. You can invert that and look at all the ones. So you can see there are a few there which are non-scoopable stars. But when you look at the percentages, I mean, the vast majority of things out there are scoopable stars, really. It's a lot more scoopable stars. Can we show synthesis? Yeah, absolutely. I've got some elements on here. So once you gather these special materials on the surfaces, things like arsenic and yttrium, some of the really rare materials, you can then use it for these modifications to your ship. You can do things like this. This would give me a 100% boost in jump range, so I could jump double my normal range as a one-off bonus on there. So that's one way you can get to systems that are normally outside of your range, which is a cool kind of exploration element, isn't it? If you gather up enough materials, you can reach places that no one else has managed to reach before, which is really, really awesome.
I think the more important thing would be to get away from there than after you did that
Yeah,
jump.
yeah.
I mentioned the
Bring the
system.
data back.
bring enough to make the jump back as well. You absolutely have to do it.
I mentioned the system yesterday that was so far below the galactic dish that it's. I don't think it's possible to reach that. I have forgotten the name. It was something HIP.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
I think yeah.
I think I
think
showed
so.
you that as well.
Yeah.
It's like
but there are
yes,
no.
somewhere on that
Somewhere.
level.
It's crazy, isn't it? And
There's nothing close to it. There's just this one teeny tiny star system, and there's nothing around it.
I love all
And then
the,
you've got things like these, and
beautiful
still maps, so
nebulas
there's
as well,
even
yeah.
more stars. probably.
Three-dimensional nebulas, I think,
Yep.
are really, really awesome. Especially when you fly into different regions and you get dark areas, you can see, and they light up the rear of the planet as well, which is really cool.
Really, it was amazing to me when I first went into one of these nebulas, because when you get closer to it, you don't really notice once you're inside, but when you then look from there towards the galactic center, it's
You see
very
the
dark because the cloud
shading,
is,
yeah,
is
really, really
hiding
Color,
it.
colors are different.
Yes,
And
really cool effect.
yeah.
Even though you don't really notice that you're inside, you're just there suddenly.
So Falcos is saying, all the games are worth it. If you like the genre, absolutely. It's like any genre, isn't it? If you like first-person shooters, it's worth trying a different bunch of games out. I like mixing up the variation. I mean, I've backed Star Citizen as well. So when it
Me
does
too.
come out, I'm really going to enjoy the Squadron 42.
See,
It's gonna be...
all three of us backed Star Citizen 2.
Max Ursa, greetings! I didn't see you come in there.
Hey!
How many ambassadors does it take to pilot a Python? 3, obviously.
Three.
This is multi-crew hype tonight. Multi-crew. We're debugging 2.3.
Don't forget, we already had the passenger missions earlier.
Yes, we're jumping ahead of schedule. Yeah, we've done passenger missions. We're on to multi-crew now. We'll be in 2.4 in no time. Absolutely. So I'm heading. I mean, this is one of the things I think a lot of people find daunting on there. I mean, I've taken a mission which is a very easy mission. It just takes some time. This is just a delivery mission to this location here, but it takes this amount of time because space is genuinely huge. It's absolutely enormous, and I think a lot of people take these missions early on and think, it's boring. Nothing happens. It's like, well, you've taken an easy, simple mission, which is just traveling from A to B, and it might take
Not
a very long time.
but it's easy.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy mission, but you can obviously take the combat missions and the smuggling missions, which are going to be more risky and things like that. So there are lots of different things you can do in the game, I think. What's that? Sentinel saying we've still only explored. Yes, Game with Ian's right there. If you Sandro's confirmed that before, we haven't even managed to explore 1%. Yeah, Walter's what, about 250 years? Was it about that? That sounds familiar. It may be a little bit less than that now because there's 1.7 million commanders exploring the galaxy out there. But yeah, the galaxy is so enormous that it would really just take lifetimes to get to any kind of.
When the game was released, I had a little mathematical thing in my head to demonstrate the scope of it. I just thought of how many copies of the game you would have to give to every person on Earth to have one player in every system, and I think I came down with every person on the planet would have to have 58 Elite Dangerous accounts all logged in simultaneously, so you would have one commander in every system.
Sport. You came here for alien ships. I've not found the alien ships.
You have to find them.
Yes. But no. Hats off to you guys in the UA thread. And I think it's really cool the stuff that you guys have been finding there. But yeah, you can find crashed ships in 2.1. They're there. You can find them. More to come.
Missions have vanished.
What, is that true, Saturnine? Stephen, I see you talking about the multi-part missions on there. Yeah, I've not seen one for a while, but yeah, I know where you see the little icon with the multiple dots.
They were
on
bugged
it,
when I tried them at first, and
have they maybe
but I
been
didn't have
disabled?
time.
I've never had one so far, so
Rat King, you may have someone who knows where one is.
Ooh!
Oh, share that link, my friend.
Go.
If you have a link to the UA thread, then and if there's any information, please do. We want to see it. People are still exploring the rift. Rumor mill is grinding on. That's right, Max Ursa. Yeah, the things are certainly heating up. The recent thing in Galnet News that we were talking about earlier on as well is the Empire are sending out ships to support Merope, because obviously the Federation have moved in there with their battle cruiser, and the Empire can't sit by and let the Federation exploit this natural resource without any kind of imperial presence to maintain order. I'm sure, actually, I will see if we can find some multi-part missions in a second. I'm coming in very steep here. What's it? 0.48 Gs. It's okay. We can survive the impact from that.
just barely.
Famous last words.
Shields up.
Just maximum power.
Oh, by the way,
thanks,
they
Ranking.
fixed the
Awesome.
docking computer. I heard.
Yes, there was a
I saw that.
slight little thing. I think that's something that happens. I think with the AI being updated to adjust a few things. Of course, a lot of things that were fixed that were kind of patched and then repatched and moved, so that you ended up having the NPC ships.
Damn.
There we go. I wasn't paying
Okay,
attention.
you survived.
That's okay. That's okay. Welcome
See,
to
he's
Kerrash
a
Landing.
pro.
That's where we get our name. But yeah, the docking computer was just shifting to the side, and it wasn't quite lining up properly. But yeah, I think that's it.
It was kind of fun though to see all the lit up landing pads, because the AI couldn't dock.
Yes,
Obviously,
yeah,
they
it
used
looked
the docking
nice.
computer.
And all the ships blown up because they couldn't land in time.
Fireworks. Saturnine has used the G word. Ah! So they should ban the word RNG as well. Yes, the way to find them was to look in the tip-off areas. Yes, absolutely, Rat King. Yeah, that's the clue. I think that people have been going down. I saw some great pictures in the threads in the UA thread where people are finding the human ships that were crashed out in these different locations out there. But let's go ahead and jump out into my SRV actually. Lucky it wasn't 2G. Yeah, if that was a 2G planet, I would be a crater right now. I think so.
I think Max Urs is saying goodbye.
Oh yes.
Oh,
See you.
see
at
you!
Lavecon.
Yay!
Elite Dangerous Brazil. Can you see aliens? I'm waiting for someone to have confirmation of it, but aliens are nearly among us. They're out there. They are out there. No, at the moment in 2.1, it is possible to find crashed ships. No one's found the damn things. Follow the clues. The clues are there.
The truth is out there.
Let's go ahead and put the lights on full beam. There we go. We can see a little bit of it. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm on the dark side of this planet at the moment, so I'm going to have to fly around a little bit. Ooh. Oh, you're not going yet. Yes, you will see us. You will see us there.
Oh, okay. It seemed like a goodbye.
Wasn't paying attention. Bounced off that. Oh, big rock there. Yeah, it's risky going at full speed at night.
And reading.
And reading. You're not paying attention.
Don't text and drive.
Mobile phone, yeah. It's fine.
I had a funny thing I've noticed a few days back when I was doing this this mission I talked about with the hard security thing. I think the planet had only 0.02 Gs,
Oh,
0.04,
really?
and
Okay.
actually there was a little warning popping up that driving may be impaired because of the
Oh,
low gravity.
really? I haven't seen
Nice
that.
little detail,
Yeah.
and it really was kind of hard, but
Yeah.
you could pull some really cool stunts there. Of course.
Practically get back into orbit. And there is a really awesome planet that someone's found from the recent community goal actually, and I think it's probably too far away for me to reach. I wanted to show it to people, but it's in the Nervi system, which was part of the recent community events. Yeah, it's probably too far away. Oh, we could probably reach that. 63. Yeah, 63 days long. We might have enough time to do it. Oh no, it's nearly 10. Nearly 10 o'clock. But yes, I think it's is it 3B, I believe? I'll have to go check the forum thread, I can't remember. But it's got such a large, it's like a surface feature, a mountain in it on the terrain, that it exceeds the the orbit cruise altitude. Sorry. It's absolutely enormous. I think it's way beyond anything that anyone at Frontier expected to see, but it's absolutely crazy. It's a huge thing. And there were some really great pictures of commanders that managed to land halfway up and then find a route up and put their SRV near the top. But I think once you get to that range, I think they were floating off. It was
the game
all the
stopped
gravity.
simulating.
Yeah, the gravity was just gone, and so they were just floating off into the orbit, which is crazy.
Like you're driving it.
Yeah, whoopsie. Yeah, I need to get further away from the settlement, and then I can call my ship back. Because I'm stupid. I just got myself a fine for firing my SRV. Never mind. Crash runs his SRV into a random crashed octagon shape on the live stream. Now, there is something over here. Let's go and investigate what this is over here before I call my ship back. There is a high signal source on there. Let's go back. I wonder if Rackling has managed to get hold of.
I kind of have the feeling that they updated the sounds for these for the SRV scanner because
Yes. Yeah. Oh.
you're destroying your car.
Oopsie. Maybe it's a good time to. Well, this is where I can show the synthesis actually, because I do have I can repair with the materials I have. I can use the onboard systems to repair.
Point of inquiry.
And
What do you get when you do one of the higher level repairs? Do you get like 150?
Yes, you get certain bonuses, like with this one you get the additional hull strength on there, so it takes a little bit more damage. It only tends to be with against weapons fire though, I found, which is odd, but I suppose that's a balance thing. I think with the damage from gravity and things like that, the hull bonus didn't seem to make much difference. With the refuel, you get better efficiency, so you can go for further without losing fuel.
much, yes.
And the ammo, you get the increased damage.
Yeah, that I've seen. I just forgot that it actually displays the bonus.
Oh, here we go. Raccoon's got a really, really cool picture. Let's just go ahead and dock safely. I don't want to be left in my SRV in case something or someone appears behind me. Let's go ahead and get that link from Raccoon there.
Just recently I had my ship landed in a place where it was in a place where I couldn't get into the ship because the boarding zone was
Just
stuck between and I couldn't get under the ship.
It's happened. It's happened to me. It's happened to me.
That noise.
The things, they're coming.
Oh my god.
Can't be. They're a myth.
Battlestar much?
So I think on that note, I think we better we better walk away from those. Yeah, there's things out there. There's definitely things out there. But yeah, just try and follow those tip-off missions. That definitely is a good avenue to go down. There are some good kind of things that tie into the stuff that you're searching. So keep doing that. Aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens, but aliens. So with that, I'd like to bid you farewell. Thank you very much for joining in tonight. It was lovely to chat to you all. And for many of you, we will see you in the next couple of days at Lavecon!
Bottoms up.
See you in the void, Commanders.